Good morning. How are you? So I can't tell if anybody's here. I'm getting YouTube errors. Oh! Now it says it's working. All right, are you here? Who's alive? All right, let's get on with it, huh? Good morning. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble. Focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Let's get on with it. Yep. We are going to use some tools. Yeah, TRADARS.com and TradersWay.com. Doesn't that make sense? Yes. So how do they fit together? Well, Traders automates all the grunt work of your trading, both fundamentally and technically. Provides you with coaching, courses, and community. Traders Way provides execution. Traders Way is an ECN. You have to get yourself an ECN. Get yourself an ECN. That means they trade for you, they don't trade against you. Got to get yourself an ECN. There are a few out there. There are not many. This one is mine. I recommend them. I've been working with them for 10 years. TradersWay.com. And then make good decisions about your trading. Let's just quickly take a look at some of the fundamentals, and then we'll go to the charts. Logging into the database. So think of TRADARS as like a Bloomberg terminal for retail traders and investors. Okay, and right now on the short run, we have risk off. So let's see. How did you guys vote? 50% so far said risk on. Interesting. So when I look at what options traders are doing, volatility traders, short-term and long-term treasury traders, dollar traders, gold traders, yen traders, stock traders. And I look at what they're doing as a survey of their sentiment. And I look at it daily, weekly, and monthly. For those that are risk on, you are not going with the market. So I hope you're comfortable being a contrarian. Doesn't mean it can't turn bullish, but it's definitely not bullish now. So this is just like one benefit of traders right off the bat. Like if you don't know that, you don't know jack. Boy, we had a great, when we go here, we had a great meeting this morning. I liked it. But we got together and did our fundamentals right here. And we spent time on the COT report, which is great. All right, good morning. Oops. Okay, let's see if it'll get out of the... Okay. Oh, I have to go full screen, I guess, for this one. I wanted to jump ahead. Happy Monday. Hang on. There we go. So if I jump ahead, it's bears exiting. So we spent a lot of time today and broke down the Commitment of Traders report in great detail and furious anger. And I really liked it to really show, first of all, existing trends, but strengths and weaknesses in the trends, whether you should read this institutional positioning data and understand, let's say, why the euro is going up or down, why gold is going up or down, why US dollar, why S&P 500. And you can tell whether it's bears buying or bulls buying. Oh, yeah, and there is a difference. That was great. We spent a lot of time on that today. And we also went through, I guess I should go through the other aspect, why currencies strengthen or weaken based on the analytical changes of institutional positioning. Bears. Let me skip ahead and see if I can find our pound dollar conversation. Okay, yeah, that's Lucas's question, so we're pretty close. Well, you know what? I want to go back. We're in here. All right, so, for example, this is the institutional positioning of both Great British Pound and the US dollar completely separately. And then we overlap that with the differential between the two, which are the gray bars. And then this red line down here is the actual pound dollar price. And so we this is how the level of detail that we go through. And then we talked about how to do that seasonally so that you're in trades, not just for 15 minutes, but 15 weeks. So this is what we do and how we do it. It's beautiful, isn't it? I know, right? So anyways, that comes out. Let's do some technicals. Look at that. So, with the data, so this was 50% people were bullish. Now, because I showed you data, people are more inclined to be risk off. I don't have opinions. That's just what I just showed you the sentiment of basically the entire trading market. Options traders, commodity traders, stock traders, vol traders, okay, options traders. Did I say that one? Yeah. But anyway, so we looked at all the constituencies, and we just have the aggregate data of market sentiment on 3 different time frames. So if you don't know that, you don't know jack. So it's cool, right? Now you know. You know? It's cool. Oh, it's so good. All right. So let's see. I went through a lot of this on Friday and Thursday. So the Thursday swing trading meeting was great. By the way, all members of traders.com have access to these meetings. Everybody. And what we did was we broke down these trades into things that we want to buy, or we broke down TRADARS technicals based on what we felt was our fundamental strategy for the week. Okay? And I created a little document that said, trade this, not that. And we had specific stock indices. We had specific commodities. We had specific crypto. We had specific Forex. So we knew what we wanted to look at and why we wanted to look at it. And we knew the direction in which we intended to trade before we even looked at it, a chart. Well, then the next step, once we had that, so that was all fundamentals using the fundamental section. Then we went here and created our filters, our scanner, if you will. And we just put the assets that we are interested in buying and selling. And I had a little list. And then we went through and we looked at the technical charts and said, does it look good for what we want to do or not look good? Is there an opportunity or a threat? Technically, based on patterns. And so, we just wanted to look at trending patterns since we were looking for trending things. So I think we were interested in FTSE, and I think we're interested in S&P, and I think we had gold, and I think we had some of the yens. But we created our filters. Then we double checked. Are there opportunities or threats? Still haven't made a decision whether to buy or sell. Well, we know we want to buy or sell. I'm just using automation to analyze current market conditions and whether they're favorable for me to even waste time opening up a chart. Because for example, let's say we wanted to buy, let's say we wanted to sell Aussie dollar. So before I go to an Aussie dollar chart, it just takes a couple of minutes. I can pull it up and say, is Aussie dollar trending down? And I open it up and it's like, no, currently it's trending up. Okay, wait. But if it's like, TRADARS says, in fact, there's it's showing weakness and there's an opportunity. Great. Now I go to my chart and I look for execution. So we did all of that last week and oh my God. Okay. It was good. It's good. It was a great process. Okay, remember, we're trying to get away from opinions and we're trying to get everything to be factual, quantitative, strategic. Okay? Not subjective. Oh, well, I don't like yen. Well, that's not. Okay? We need quantitative strategies, stuff you can prove. And so the problem we've run into recently is many of the targets we've already hit, even though it's the very beginning of February. Okay? We've actually hit some targets. So I'll show you like CAD dollar, for example, or dollar CAD. Check this out. Okay, so on Thursday, which was back here somewhere, on Thursday, our plan was the strategic high for the month of February for USD CAD was 147.96. Look what we did. This was last week during this redness. So what did we talk about last night? In the day trading group, what we call the technical trading team, when we saw this, was anybody here? We just had massively green candles. What did we say last night? Last night. This was last week. Up. What did we say last night? Anybody? Any members of the technical trading team here? Yeah, but what's the next step? Knowing how it did that. How do you do an OOP? Remember? We specifically talked about it yesterday. Yes, not that it did. What's the next thing? Right? Anybody? Maybe there's a lag today on YouTube. YouTube's slow today, I guess. Yeah, look for trace back to the central. Okay? The other thing that you should pay attention to is, well, let me ask you, which moving... Thank you, Don's already answered it. The next one is 4 hour 21. That's not the answer to the question I asked. Okay, that's a different question. If we were to buy it back off of a moving average, which would it be? So, okay. So after an OOP, we look for a CTT, counter trend trade, back towards the central. The next one is you could also look to buy it off that 21, the future 21. So that's basically what the 8 is replicating, where the 21 is going to be in the future. Okay? Yeah, with the yen pairs, we've been bearish on for a while too. I mean, we can jump over there. We can do what you guys want to do. Okay? So, how many people here, I guess I should stop asking questions, right? That's hard. How many people here attended my FX Street presentation on Friday? To put it into context, we were here on Friday. Okay. If I'm bullshitting, call bullshit. If I'm telling the truth, let it be told. The plan was here to here. Is that truth or not truth? It's quite binary. Can someone second? Who else can confirm? That's the fact, Jack. All right. So again, is this Wayne's call? No. I don't make calls. It's what the facts suggested. Okay? Last night in the technical trading group, okay, now this is last night. Okay? Here's the Friday trade down to the Monday target. We hit that. Okay? So last night we were here and I said, have it come up to this zone and take it down. So what did it do? It went from here to here and then came down and did it again. Oh, I am no messiah. Gee whiz. No. There's no miracle here. What I prefer, if you were going to give me such a compliment, when I graduated from Harvard, they gave me a lamp suggesting that I'm Illuminati. And the school's motto is Veritas, which is sort of like power through knowledge. You just know. It's not that you can predict the future, but you're making logical, intelligent decisions. So I know a little bit more, let's say, world thoughts. I'm not predicting the future. There's no way for me to know that. But I do have the facts, and I'm making intelligent, logical, quantitative decisions. So they're illuminated decisions, right? And so that's all it is. That's all it is. Forex trading and other types of trading and investing, it never gets easy, and it's always a challenge. But if you don't have the facts, it's nearly impossible, is what I would say. So if I can preach to teach, it's that you need to have the facts so you can actually make a logical decision. Okay? That's it. So technically, we could expect pound yen to go to 89 zone. Well, let me share with you what I did last week. And that's the point I'm trying to make. These are all follow-ups. I've already done all of this Thursday last week and then again Friday last week. You should be well into the profits by now. Showing up on Monday to do a weekly trade, you're late. So this trade here and the further one, which is a bigger strategic trade, this was all done last week. Days and days and days ago. So you're already way behind. So what was the plan? There's the strategic plan. What's the tactics? Well, a variation of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then somewhere down in there. Now I could take this further, and because this is the top, I would actually project that to be the bottom. But this is our conservative target. This is our aggressive target. Again, days and days and days ago, already done. So once again, if you're just showing up to listen to a YouTube guru just give you opinions about, the trade of the day, dude, you're already like 72 hours of trading behind. And you're trying to figure out what to do today. That's the mistake. You're trying to figure out what to do today? That's your mistake. You see, guys? And all of this is driven by quantitative analysis, macroeconomics, market sentiment. This is not Wayne's opinion. So, for example, pound yen coming down. Explain to me why this is happening. Are people selling the pound or are people buying the yen? Or both? Hey, wait. Let's do a poll. Great opportunity. So now you can answer this anonymously. Are the markets, is that the way? Are the markets, how about that? Selling, oh, wait, what are the markets doing? How about that? What are the markets doing with pound yen? Okay, I think I got it structured. Okay. They're, because it's falling, so they're selling Great British Pound, buying yen, okay, or both. Please answer. Let's see what's going on. Don't put it in the chat. Answer the poll. It's anonymously. It's anonymous. I don't know who said what. So you don't have to be afraid of looking stupid. Okay? This is an opportunity to take a small risk emotionally and maybe learn something. Okay, can we get 30 votes here? So this is statistically relevant. We need 30 to make it, plausible for a normal distribution. Okay, only half of you have voted. The other half are shy. You got to pick one. Come on, let's go. See, look, you guys are, I can see the comments. You guys are guessing. Come on. Can we get 4 more votes? 3 more votes? 4 more? Oh, people are changing opinions here. Well, I guess I hinted. Come on. You either know or you don't know. What's wrong? All right, we got it. Okay. So let me ask you guys, where do I get the information? How do I even answer this? I'm not going to give you some, esoteric, oh, well, if the Bank of Japan is expected to raise interest rates down in the future, then people might. No, I have facts. You either know or you don't know. That's correct. The CFTC Commitment of Traders report. So, some people said buying yen across the board. Wrong. You were wrong. Okay? That is not what is happening. Now, the yen is strong. Yes. But it's not the market buying the yen. It's not bulls buying yen. Okay? And also on the flip side, yes, I already showed you. You had the answer. People are selling the pound. Yes. The pound is being sold. I showed you. In the video, I covered it in great detail for at least 20 minutes today, this morning, to our fundamental analytics team. I know what's happening in this market. So, magic? No. Genius? No. Messiah? No. Illuminati? Yes. Okay? Killer, right? Dude, can you see how powerful you can become? How does that song go? You could be a champion. You could be the best. You could be King Kong pounding on your chest. That's you. So when you go to trade every day, do you understand this is a full contact sport? This is a competition? Do you understand this is a competition? Are you doing enough to compete? Are you a professional, or do you just show up? Hey, let's play some street ball. Or are you an NBA player? Exercising, controlled diet. Are you psychologically sharp? Okay? Are you throwing yourself in an ice bath every morning? Okay? Do you have coaches? Are you doing everything that can possibly be done? Are you doing whatever it takes to improve? Okay? Are you? Right? Hey, I went to Harvard as a full-time student for 5 years so I can learn maybe 2% more of macroeconomics. I already knew macroeconomics. Now I have a Harvard degree in macroeconomics. Did I quadruple my knowledge? No. Am I at least 2 or 3% better off as a macroeconomist? Oh, yeah. So I'm willing to be a full-time student for 5 years and spend, instead of buying a Lambo, I bought pieces of paper that are framed behind me. Is that an example of doing whatever it takes? I hope so. Am I a carnivore or a vegan? My favorite pizza in the world is vegetarian with pepperoni. So anyways, this is a rah-rah speech, guys. I don't guess. I don't have opinions. I only have facts. And then from that, I set up strategies, and then I enter markets tactically. And making institutional quality decisions. Okay? I'm just teaching you how to trade like a professional. That's all. It's no big deal. But you need to have a good process, and you have to have good data. You're only as good as your data. So, for example, I'm the CEO of Peerless ETFs. Check this out. We were just nominated for an award by ETF.com. Best new ETF issuer. There's only 4 other companies, and we're nominated for the best. Out of all the issuers, there's hundreds of new issuers. We make institutional quality investments, right? How about this? Best new U.S. equity ETF, our wheel strategy. We're in the first 6 months. We've already earned respect. Oh, cool. It's just like the industry takes notice. I want you to make institutional quality decisions so, I don't know, how do you say it? So that that people respect what you do. I guess that's what it's all about, right? World says, is diet part of it? Thinking clearly and mindful. So I've already had 27 servings of fruits and vegetables this morning. I also have been drinking collagen and ghee and MCT oil from coconuts. I've spent 45 minutes meditating. And have had 2 energy drinks, which are also full of vitamin Bs. All the vitamin Bs allow your blood to carry more oxygen, and oxygen is food for your brain. So I fed my brain oxygen. I meditated for 45 minutes. I've had days and days and days of all my fruits and vegetables. I've had 20% of my daily intake of fat through MCT oil and bone marrow. And I haven't even eaten food yet. So is diet part of it? I don't know. No, Dan, but we'll move there. We'll move there. In fact, why don't we move there now? Okay. Why would anybody want to buy gold, Dan? Let's start there. And by the way, guys, if you use, I don't even like calling it join. If you use trader.com, right? So you go to traders.com, you sign up, take the whole thing, go pro so that you have quantitative analysis, you have technical analysis, you have all the community and courses. Join that. Okay? You would never have to ask me about, like, what do you think about gold? Okay? Because you could just pull it up. That's what I think about gold. So again, I don't have an opinion. There's facts and there's non-facts, right? So you have to look at it and say, well, why gold? Okay, so tell me, why gold? Alexio's like, gold as a good option compared to Aussie. Well, you're talking about correlation. Traditionally, there is a correlation. What's the correlation right now? What's the R? I don't know. Probably reasonably high, but things are different right now because, Australia, the currency, is being negatively impacted by supply and demand for the commodities itself. So that correlation is probably not, right? Probably not as strong as you would think. So you don't necessarily think gold Aussie. Because what you should be thinking for Aussie, I mean, gold has a high percentage of GDP for Aussie dollar, true. But what really matters is iron ore and coal. Okay, now Dan the Man answers the question, why would you be interested in gold? Inflation might be coming back. Great. That's a great answer. Okay. So, is it coming back? Well, let's do some analysis. Okay? Let's do some analysis. Okay. So this isn't the percentage. This is the basket, if you will. The price of the basket. Okay. So what do you think? Should you buy gold? So we want, I think, more of a rate of change. Okay. So we can go here. Wait, that's old, 2020. This is dead, isn't it? Well, let's go back. You could be the champion. You could be the best. So how come it's giving us the... Interesting. So it's giving us the change, and then it takes us to the wrong one. Then it takes the relative. Maybe I can change this. We don't want index. We want percentage change. Okay, let's do that. There, better. And then let's do 1 year. All right, there we go. There you go. What do you think, Dan the Man? Now, I prefer annual versus month over month. Okay. This is a period in which gold would fall. And then you want to zoom in and then go annual and average or quarterly and try to do it this way. So we have a higher high, don't we? If you average it out quarterly. Yeah. Hey, by the way, since I don't attend any other YouTube gurus live streams, how many YouTube gurus just log into the Federal Reserve Economic Database and just start pulling up data and doing analysis? I assume no one, but I don't know. Maybe it's becoming more common. I mean, really. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Just cool to see what we can and can do, right? I don't think we can do gold. Oops, GOX. Wouldn't that be interesting? Gold ETF volatility index, total reserves. I wonder if that'll give us anything. Okay, gold from China. Yeah. No, gold reserves, not excluding gold from China. Okay, anyways. See, we can play around with this. Maybe this matters, huh? Be interesting if it starts to work its way back up. Yeah, in fact, I'm glad we did this. Glad we did this. Well, world, I was joking a little bit, I think, but how can I be more like you, consistently profitable, blah, 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 blah? Well, you can buy my ETF. That's why I want to get involved with an ETF company. So one of my visions is that you can use TRADARS to do all the analysis, technically and fundamentally. You can use me as your chief economist on your trading team, right? We have a team of other performance coaches to keep you sharp. This is what TRADARS does. So imagine you really want to trade like you're an institutional investor. So now you have an economist, a quant, a crypto expert, options expert, stock market expert. Like Jessica could even teach you how to, do, the programming algo side, right? Like there's a lot that can be learned. Cool. Well, what if you get to a point where you're like, you don't want to do it anymore? I don't know if you decide to like quit, but you're like, what if you would like someone else to make the decisions while you go through a process of learning? And you're like, if you're losing money and that's the way that you trade, or you want to learn how to trade and invest by losing money, you're like, I would argue against that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you decide you want someone else to actually do it for you, you just go to the New York Stock Exchange and buy the ETF. Richard, that's already been done years ago. Just search for Wayne's Pivots. So now that can be done for you, right? So it's just another option for you. Okay? This is where you'd go. It's traded publicly on the New York Stock Exchange. All our documents are filed with the SEC. You can get everything you need, right? Everything's transparent as can be. Okay? And the IPO was just around June. Right now, dividends are issued quarterly. So what happens essentially is at the end of the quarter, we distribute all the profits back to the investors. Whoa! And so if you annualize the 2 dividends that we've already paid, the annualized, so if we can continue to do what we're doing, at the end of the year, you would have received 14.4% through dividends. It's very close. Cash says, hey, so is Wheeled the fund that you expressed interest in starting? Yes, and it was very fortuitous, actually. They approached me for some help and advice. And I'm like, cool, I'll help you and give you some advice. So I start working with them over the course of a couple of months, and I was going to give them some strategic advice. And I thought about it, and then I realized my advice is I should help them succeed. There's another ETF I'd like to launch in the future, which is like specifically my endowment fund. Launched and available to everybody in the world as an ETF. Cool. So I'm like, you want my endowment? Type this in. So right now, like, the wheel is awesome. And the interesting thing is, it's a tried and true strategy that options traders have been doing a long time. Warren Buffett's been doing it forever. This is how he gets into his positions and makes great returns. I don't know. It's just, okay. It's not something that just got created, okay? But Peerless ETFs has a patent pending on tweaks that we've made to the process. And the strategy that's been around, the one that Warren Buffett used, it's called a wheel strategy. You make money getting into your trades, you make money getting out of your trades. That's it. And then when you're out of your trades, you start over and you make money getting into trades and you make money getting out of trades. So for us as currency traders, it's like using limit orders to get in and out, except you collect interest. So imagine every time you threw down a limit order, you collected swap. It's kind of like that. Okay, cool. So we have a patent pending on that. The strategy is called the wheel strategy. And guess what our ticker is? Wheel. So for those that are sophisticated investors, they would already know what that is. They're like, oh, you're running an option strategy that collects income. Yep. So it describes what we do. You don't need to know what we do, but that's what we do. Cool. So anyways, so my vision was to be able to say, if you want a professional team to help you, not just coach, but actually do it, well, there you go. Okay. Yeah, so it's cool, right? Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, Dan, seasonally, I think you'd be correct on that one. Oops. So anyway, so if you're interested in wheel, you should call your investment advisor and talk about how it might fit into your retirement portfolio. You're going to want to put it in some sort of retirement portfolio because a major problem, listen to this, major problem with wheels, it pays too much cash. Why is that a problem? Well, if it's not in a tax-deferred account, you're going to have to pay taxes. Now, maybe that's not that big of a deal, right? You pay the tax man 30%, or look, I'm not a tax guy, but just the idea, the government takes their piece and you get to keep the rest, that's all. But you will get a tax bill. So that's a real problem. It makes too much cash. Yeah. And if you're a foreigner, I don't know how you handle that. You're going to have to talk to an advisor. Call your advisor or buy it. Whatever. You do you. All right. So what else do we want to go on? So here's our plan here. It's working. There's our plan there. It's working. Okay. Here's our plan there. Okay. It didn't even come back. Notice, though, it did fill the gap. Well, not the whole gap. No, I'm going to take that back. It didn't fill the gap. It did the role reversal. Yeah. All right. I forgot about that. Let's check our gaps on the dollar pairs. What's the basic investment in ETFs? Download our disclosure document. I mean, look, everything's transparent. Let me just go back to this. Just go to the website. Okay. And if you don't understand it, like I said, get a professional, but I'll just show you. Okay. There's the results. And you want to know what we're in? This is what we're in. Here's our positions. See? You want to know? There it is. It's wild, right? You're like, wait, what? Yeah. We're trading on the New York Stock Exchange. We're required to have full transparency. You should know everything at all times as an investor. Yeah, there it is. I suggest you download the prospectus if that's the kind of thing you want to do. Probably want to do this one or that one. But, dude, yeah, it's all there. So I'm not selling you anything. I'm just an executive on the team. So, like I said, read the prospectus, make a decision, or talk to an investment advisor. But it's cool. My vision is just cool. I can guide you in the, well, I can't guide you, but it's more like if you want someone else to do it, I got that going on. All right. So the 8 is the future 21. Insert indicators, custom, zero lag, 21. I'll make it dotted. Let's do it dashed. Okay. And this will catch up to that. There's a cross coming. But nonetheless, this idea of somewhere between the 821 could be a buying opportunity. So it's like this. Whoop. Somewhere in there. Let's try another way. Insert indicators, custom, biased pivots, bullish, daily, 1, go. Look at that. So what are all these tools trying to do? Well, none of the tools know the future. But what we're trying to do is say in the future, if we were going to remain bulls. See, I can't tell you if this is going to stay bullish or not. I have no idea. What we're trying to do is figure out plan A. And then plan B. So let's start with plan A. Plan A is down to the future 21 and up. All right, plan B. If plan A fails and we remain bulls, what's the plan? Okay, well, let's take a look. Maybe we can take this, okay? And maybe we can suggest plan B in a purple kind of color. And maybe we get something like this. Up, 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 up. Let's say we respect this. Oops, come on, mouse. Then we make a lower high and then something like this. So, plan B. Okay, plan A. Cool. What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Okay. All right. So I built traders.com to help you. It's a full institutional quality analytical database with top tier performance coaching by a team of specialists and 100 hours of training. And I also have a partner that is fantastic as for trade execution. They're an ECN called Traders Way. And I have a whole bunch of other interesting things going on that are going to be benefits that to those who are pro members of traders.com. I want you to sign up at traders.com. Otherwise, you're guessing, you're making things up, you have opinions, you're using your gut feeling, you're listening to idiot YouTube gurus. I need you to stop all the nonsense and get serious about your competitiveness in the professional markets. And that's what traders.com is for. So you need to join. That's it. You need to join. I hope to see you sign up now. Day traders, we have a meeting at 4 p.m. I'll see you there. Thank you, everybody. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Have a wonderful trading day. Markets are opening in 15 minutes. Cheers.